So, this marks, I suppose, the first entry in... I don't know what this is. It seems like a good idea. Let me explain. I have been on huge amounts of medication for a long time for many different reasons. Many of which probably can't be solved with medication. But unfortunately, I seem to be one of those people for whom medication has little to no impact, regardless of the nature of it. It might have some... It might work for a while, or I might have a very, negative reaction to it. As I understand it, there's 2 or 3 medications left that haven't been tried on me. And tried on me, that sounds a bit... that haven't been tried. And in very recent times, this has resulted in... I believe it's resulted in almost a chemical breakdown. After the breakdown, the nervous breakdown that basically blew my world apart in 2015. And it was coming for a long time. Years and years. Because this shit goes back to like 6 years old, basically. Anyway, the point is it's not a new thing, but the breakdown happened and destroyed everything I knew or thought I knew. And since then, nothing has ever been the same. I've been lost. I was lost in that. I was a casualty of a very independent, not so civil war, basically. And in the time since, the sheer level and volume of medications that I've been on and switched from and increased and swapped back to and changed again and adjusted and decreased and fucked about with so much. I just reached a point after some recent events where I kind of find myself thinking, is this doing more damage than it's not even repairing, than it, than it's solving, whatever? And my conclusion was yes. So, about 3 weeks ago, 2.5, 3 weeks ago, I stopped my medications without telling any doctors. Still haven't told any doctors. Don't intend on telling any doctors. I'm sure that I know there are some wonderful doctors out there, incredible ones. Unfortunately, the ones I've had the misfortune to deal with have been less than ideal, and have damaged me and damaged my faith in professional intervention. For me, that's just for me, you know, not taking responsibility for anyone who's, anyway. So in the time since then, the first week was a nightmare. The first week was horrendous, and it's quite incredible that I made it through it, really. But it kind of feels a little bit like a fog's lifted. Things don't feel as dense, if that makes sense. They don't feel as quite as misty and foggy and weird and scary. I mean, they are scary, but I feel like I can see a little bit better. That being said, I'm also very aware that this is not going to be an easy thing, and it's not going to be all clear, crisp autumn days. There's going to be some storms. I say that. No, I don't like to encourage the idea that there will be. There may be. What I'm saying is I'm not naive. I'm not saying I suddenly feel slightly clearer, therefore things are great. I don't know what's going to happen, and that's why I'm doing this, to monitor what happens. And it's taken me 3 weeks to do that because I've been finding my way through all the fogginess lifting, and it's taken me a while to get the motivation to do that, if that's the right word. I suppose it is. So that's kind of the gist of that. The reason, by the way, I've started talking so quickly is because my phone's just told me it's really low on battery. But that kind of sums up current news, and this is the first entry in keeping up with myself, I guess, and seeing what happens. So ... I guess. I can't believe I just said ...